Hello, good evening. Welcome back to the Liverpool channel. I didn't think I'd be live again, but no, I decided to come on because I felt that this has to be discussed. Has Luis Diaz hinted at an exit from Liverpool this summer? Now, I think we have to take these obviously with a pinch of salt because the messages that Diaz and obviously his partner have posted makes it for very interesting reading, I've got to say. I think it's quite interesting that they've both come out basically at the same sort of time. Obviously, Diaz posted his at the weekend there. I think it was yesterday, and now his partner has posted this evening. Now, to me, in my point of view, I think they're both goodbye messages. I think they are both goodbye messages. Um, and it would not surprise me in the slightest if he does decide enough's enough. Because I look at Diaz, and I think the one thing you can say about Diaz is that he has had a very, very good season. And we'll obviously get into the stats. We'll obviously get into the stats very soon about obviously Lucho as well. The one thing I think that was stopping him from being that really, really good player is end product. And I think as well that we're looking at a player that look we've decided to we decided to keep last season. Like you remember like on X and all the socials that everybody was wanting Diaz to go. Not me obviously, but amongst the fan base, I think many people were probably wanting Diaz to go. And I think when you look back at this season, he's had a magnificent season. But we'll get into it. We'll get into everything. But as I say, as we all come in, please do remember to hit that like button. Please do remember to hit that subscribe button as well. But basically, thank you for everyone, for the new subscribers as well. I really do appreciate everyone who's watched. And if you want to share the stream out, then feel free to do it. So aye, but we'll say hello to a few people because I've seen a few of you in here already. Hello to Ravi. Nice to see you, Ravi. Yeah, long time no see, my friend. Hope you are very well. Smash the likes up and subscribe. Absolutely, yes, absolutely. We've got Reese in the building. Hello, Reese. Hello. I'm doing well, mate. I'm doing very, very well. I hope you are good as well. Um, I think I seen you online earlier. I think it was online earlier anyway. So aye. But we'll discuss it. We'll discuss everything to do with obviously Lucho and what's potentially happening. But yeah, that's it. Hello, Sean, as well. Great seeing you the other week. Yeah, it was good to see you as well, mate. Good to see you as well. Stephen, I'm doing good, mate. I'm doing very, very well. Always talk of him leaving. It was only a matter of time. I get that. I do get that feeling. I do get that feeling for sure. Ravi says I would cash in on Diaz now at his age. For me, yes, he's good, but like you say, we need end product from him, not wait that he might convert. Yeah, 100%, 100%. And apparently, Sean and Ravi are meeting in the same stream. So there you go. There you go as well. As well. Gary is also in Tallyho. Douglas dear boy. Diaz will leave the data screen's Ekateki as a 9 with Nico Williams or someone of that quality to replace Diaz. Yeah, I will get on to obviously other names that potentially um, could replace Lucho as well. But let me get into what basically is the reason why I've decided to do this stream tonight. So, Luis Diaz, um, he obviously had a message, a social media message that he did say, "Oh, hang on a minute." I'm all right, mate. I've just finished the stream myself. Oh, excellent. And yeah, Sean and Gary are having a wee chat in the live chat. So yes, so this is from basically a report from Diaz's Instagram almost. Like I use Instagram, I do a lot, but I think because of the interest that's really ramped up from obviously Saudi Arabia and Barcelona, I think there's always been that sense of potentially, we may see Diaz leave this summer. I think it could be, but this is what was said on Instagram. So, right, here we go. So he says, and what a season it was. The long awaited league title has returned to Anfield. The Premier League is ours, and it feels amazing to know that no one doubts we were the best, and because of that, truly deserved it. We were a real team, a strong group, a family, always backed by extraordinary supporters. It's hard to find fans anywhere in the world as dedicated and passionate as these. Anyone who plays for this badge is bound to miss this incredible atmosphere one day. My thanks go to everyone, teammates, coaching staff, club staff, and supporters. It was an unforgettable season, one I will always carry in my heart. You'll never walk alone. So that is what Diaz posted. Now, for me, I don't know if anyone thinks the same as me, but that felt like a goodbye message. That felt like thank you literally for everything. And actually, it's really, really here. I would say anyone who plays for this badge is bound to miss this incredible atmosphere one day. I think it's that line that he said, I was bound to miss this incredible atmosphere one day. I think it is that. However, speaking on the 11th of May, so he must have changed his mind after the 2-2 draw against Arsenal. Diaz had indicated he would like to remain at Liverpool and sign a new contract with the club. Since the first day I arrived, I've always been happy, calm, enjoying the football played at this great team. We'll be talking about it, about renewing. We'll talk about it for me. For me, I'd stay however many years it takes. Also depends on the club, everything. There are details I worked out separately, but I'm very happy, very calm and happy enjoying the Premier League. Since signing for Liverpool and Diaz has played 148 games and scored 41 goals. He's also collected winners' medals in the Premier League, FA Cup, and 2 in the Carabao Cup. Yeah. And then, almost 24 hours later, his partner decided to do the same. Let me just get the post up because it is from it is from the transfer guru himself, Fabrizio. So give me two texts. Give me two texts. Actually, we'll read some comments. We'll read some comments while the thing is loading. Let's have a look. Reese says, I think either he goes Italy or Saudi. If you're asking from a rival opinion, haha. I've seen a few Barca fans saying they don't want Diaz. That's interesting because Barcelona's top two targets are Marcus Rashford and Luis Diaz. So that is very, very surprising. Very, very surprising indeed if that is the case. That is very surprising, to be fair. Question, Douglas. Thoughts on Liverpool playing a diamond formation with a competent striker? I think it would work, be more attacking with who we are looking to bring in. I can see your argument. I can see your point. Sorry, Ravi. I can see that. I can definitely see that. The only thing for me though, if we play a diamond, it means sort of Salah's on the right, and then obviously you've got someone coming from the left as well. So that could be interesting. That could be very, very interesting to see what will happen in there. But yeah, Diamond. I suppose it kind of worked when we had Suarez and Sturridge. And obviously you have Sterling in the wee pocket, and obviously you had Gerrard and Henderson there as well. So that worked very, very well. But I think for the players who are coming in, it could be it could be an interesting decision to be made, and one to be basically made over the summer. I think one thing I would have to say about that as well is I wonder if he'll still go for the 4-2-3-1 or whether we change formation. So we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Ravi, need a lot of coverage with the fact you just signed can't defend. Frimpone's got more outlet than Trent Alexander-Arnold, believe it or not, and he's only been dribbled past 13 times. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold was dribbled past like 55 times, I think, and so yeah. Absolutely. Andrew Quinn, hello mate. Big up Douglas in chat. I'm gutted if Diaz goes. I'm going to miss singing his song, but if I was Liverpool, I will go for Malik Fofana from Lyon, the Belgian winger, 18 years old, 30 million. That is his price. Well, we will get to other players because I've got a very, very interesting theory. Now, I really hope this doesn't happen, but we'll get to that very, very shortly. I personally think you lot may use a back three more next season, or Frimpong gets a bit of license to not defend. That is a possibility. That is a real possibility as well. Trust me, Frimpong will turn into a beast at Liverpool. Yep, I agree with that. 80 million for Diaz, 60 million Ekateke. I think Ekateke is going to be more than 60, mate. Definitely going to be more than 60, to say the very, very least. Attack wise, yes, but defense, nah. He's to touch Trent. Trent helped us win big trophies at his time with Liverpool, so it can't be all that bad. No, absolutely not. Not saying it's not Ravi. He's the exact same type of player, high up wing back. How long do you think Robertson has left as your first choice? If Kirkus comes in, Robertson moves to second choice, I think. I think that's the safest thing to say. I will say about that. The problem of having two class left wingers is you can only keep one of them. I keep Gakpo over Diaz solely because he's younger and we can get longer out of him. See, this is where I'm going. This is where I'm going with this. I think if Diaz leaves, Gakpo stays. I don't think we sell both of them. And I agree with you. I think Gakpo from the left is probably a better all-round player, I would say. I think he is an all-round better player, but that is just me. That is just me, to say the very, very least. He became quite the cult hero, but his form dipped second half of the season. He seemed to have had that issue at Liverpool. Gakpo far more effective on the left. Yeah, I've been saying this for ages that he's been far more effective, for sure. Hello, Elevator, as well. Hope you're well. Gakpo and a striker with Salah in the 10. Possibly. Although I think, yeah, the diamond's very interesting, to say the very, very least, as well. Will they have keys on left for backup? That's a good question. That's a very, very good question. For me, I think Chiesa stays. I think Chiesa stays until at least pre-season, and then we see what he can do. That's a very, very good point. That is a very, very good point. I think Chiesa is coming to Milan, Sean. Interesting, Reese. Interesting. Hello, El Scouser 8. With Diaz, as long as we don't end up diluting the squad, I feel this is one of the first times we're going from strength to strength and don't want to lose talent. Yeah, 100%. I would agree with that as well. Not going to lie, seems like we have a busy transfer window with Kirkes, Frimpong, and Verts coming in. Kelleher and Diaz probably going out. Yeah, absolutely. Kelleher will just play losing football. Sorry, Douglas, you know the score with me. Yes, absolutely. Frimpong's defensive stats are miles better than Trent's for 24-25. Absolutely. See what I said? See what I said there? Much, much better. The thing is, Frimpong can actually defend. Trent can't not defend for his life. Yeah, absolutely. Not well, though, but his attacking output will be a huge asset to you guys. Yeah, absolutely. The Bernabeu crew will really get on Trent's back if he puts the same performances he does at Liverpool. Yeah, absolutely. Ekiteke will go for 80 to 90 minimum. Frankfurt won't want to lose him. They won't want to bleed anyone dry who goes for him. 100%. 110%, mate. I definitely agree with that. That's for sure. If Ekiteke comes, how would you rate that signing out of 10? Don't shoot the messenger, but I think Ekiteke is probably going to go to Chelsea, if I'm being brutally honest. I honestly think that he's a Chelsea's target, and he's a kind of player that I think Chelsea would probably do with. But Ekiteke would be a very good signing. He'd be a very good signing for anybody. I think he is a real good player. I've seen a bit of him in France, and obviously Eintracht Frankfurt when they've played, they've looked good. And you look at that team. I think they had Marmouche, they had Ekiteke, so it could be a possibility for sure. Douglas question: thoughts on how we will create and score goals? I think it'll still go down the wings. To be honest, Ravi, I still think it will go down there. Can't wait for our club signing attacking players and also sign a post stamp interest. Any striker will go to the graveyard. Yeah, 100%, 100%. Imagine we wake up tomorrow to a double here we go for Verts and Kirkes. Also, that Columbia Journal pipe said Liverpool are in contract talks with Diaz, and if a renewal doesn't arrive, he'll get sold. Well, I'll get back to your comments in a wee minute, because Gerard Ponce did say this earlier this evening. To the incredible Liverpool fans, from the first day we arrived, we felt firsthand what it means to be a part of this club. We knew the slogan was "You'll never walk alone," but to hear them sing it with so much passion, support us every moment, and show such unconditional love, confirmed to us that here you never walk alone. This fan doesn't just support, it feels. And what you've made my boyfriend and our entire family feel is something we carry in our souls. Thank you so much for so much love, for so much dedication, and for making us feel at home. Being a part of this fan is a privilege. There's no doubt they're the best in the world. This is a real bond, deep and strong, that reaffirms we'll never walk alone. So that was Diaz, his partner, this evening, talking about. Basically talking about Luis Diaz potentially on the way. Um, I, I don't know what to make of that chat. I really don't know what to make of that. Do we think? I'm gonna ask a genuine question here. Do we think this is potentially trying to get like a new contract? We saw what happened with obviously Kelleher. He's obviously had to, he's obviously ran down his contract as well. But I think for me, I don't know if anyone else thinks this, but for me, I just think that's a goodbye message. I really, really do. I think that is a goodbye message, and if it is a goodbye message, then it is a real shame because I think he's been a very, very good player, and I think when you look at the way that we've been playing as well, but yeah, look, everyone's going to say about his end product. Let's be honest. Everyone's going to say about his end product. But I think the fact you've got to say what Diaz has done this season, probably his most productive season. But is it a case of too little, too late for me? Possibly. Possibly that is the real interesting thing. But yeah, I mean, I can tell you his stats actually from this season. Because actually this is just Premier League, but he's got 17 goals in 50 games this season, which I think is pretty good. 148 appearances, 41 goals, which is not too bad. But as I said, this season has been his most productive. I mean, last season he got 13 and 51. So I'm looking at that, and I'm just kind of looking at what he's done. To be fair, this is actually quite interesting. But he had 125 appearances, 41 goals for Porto. So he's got 23 more appearances for Liverpool and got the same amount of goals, which is quite interestingly enough. But I'll say this: for me, I think we have survived before. You remember when Diaz came in? All the talk was Manny potentially going in that summer. He did go to Bayern Munich, didn't work out. He's obviously going to Saudi. Obviously, again, I don't know how good he's been for his Saudi club. As I said, I don't watch the Saudi pro leagues, but the interest is definitely there from Barcelona. Barcelona have them as Barcelona as Diaz is one of their top targets. Barcelona also has Marcus Rashford as one of their top targets. Al Nassr are wanting to replace Luis Diaz with Cristiano Ronaldo because Cristiano Ronaldo has left Al Nassr. So for me, I think if he doesn't get a new deal, I do think that he is going to be sold. And it'd be a real shame because I think, as I said, too little, too late. Very much too little, too late. But we'll wait and see. But get your comments in the chat, people. Good to see you. Oh, Adam, good to see you. Evening, all Diaz off to Barca. I don't think the Saudi stuff will come off. Hope you're good, Douglas. I'm very well, mate. I'm very well. Thing is, I believe we should do something similar to what PSG do, where they don't have a striker. They insist have wingers who can play striker and can adapt to it. Douglas, can you tell us about the new goalkeeper coming in? Don't know a lot about him, but I did say earlier that I did watch him in the Euros for Georgia. He is a good goalkeeper. Um, I had a bit of a mixed time at Valencia, made a couple of mistakes, but you know, I think when you concede sort of 7 against Barcelona, I think that's always going to be a real bad thing. But no, I think Mamardashvili will be a good backup for sure. Also, opponents will have no idea who they'd be going against. That is very true. Chiesa might actually get some game time this season. I think he's been fairly hard done by this term. Yes, I absolutely agree. Got to head. Hello, Adam, aka LFC. Give them a sub. Absolutely. Good to see you, Shauno, as well. Adamo. Thoughts on Soboslai? Will he improve and do better than last season? I think Soboslai, if I'm being brutally honest, I think he moves further back in this team. I think he moves further back. I think he's a number 8, to be honest. Look, he's been good at that number 10 role, but you need more output. You definitely need more output, for sure. I heard something that Diaz wasn't willing to renew his contract. If that's the case, I would sell him this summer if Barca came in with the money. Yeah, the only problem with Barca is I think they're skint. I still think they're skint. I think they need one big money transfer this summer as well. I think Diaz wanted out last year, but Barca couldn't afford it. Yeah, that is very true. Evening, Douglas. Hope you're well. If Diaz was to go, now's the right time. He's 28, and you won't get a better deal for him if he was to stay for a few more years. It's a case of let's see what happens. Yeah, 100%. The one thing I will say, Diaz hasn't played like a man who wanted out. He was magic at the beginning and ended the season fantastically as well. Yeah, it's been great. Mane's been fairly average with Al Nassr. Thank you, Kian, because I'll be honest, I don't really watch Saudi Pro League, and I don't really watch Saudi Pro League at all. So it's definitely that. Not been pure shite, but he's not exactly pulled up trees either. Oh, fair play. Fair play. Hello, Jordan, as well. Good to see you. Elevator says, remember last summer when Diaz was linked with City at one point? I think they were absolutely rubbish, to be honest. I did not see the City signing him, to be honest. Maybe Vert's coming and pushes Soboslai more back. Yeah, that's what I've said. I think that could possibly be happen. If Barca signed Diaz, how much would he play? They already have Yamal and Rafinha on the wing. That's another good point. That is another very good point to say. I don't want Saudi League because it's shite. I just catch snippets. Fair play. Fair play. That's a shout. Soboslai as an 8 could work for you guys. Takes the weight off his shoulder playing in the number 10 role. Yeah, absolutely. So, my question to you now, chat, is how much do you think we get for him? Now, obviously, bear in mind we've obviously got 12.5 million for Kelleher, and that's obviously riding to 18. For me, if we're to sell Diaz, I cannot see us not selling him for as less. What did we get him for? Can anyone remember what we got him for? Was it 36 or 45? Because I think you recoup that money. I think you recoup that money with Diaz because I think of how productive his season's been. I think we get I would say about 60 to 70 million for me. Um, and I don't even think that is not possible either. I honestly think that could be possible. Um, yeah, I'm going to say 60 to 70 million. Um, because I think that could potentially be a very very good deal. If we could get that, we could get that. That could be a very interesting thing to say. So for me, I think it's 60 to 70 million for Luis Diaz. Um, maybe 70 to 80. You just never know. But I do think we get profit off Diaz. I really, really do. It's a shame because I absolutely love Diaz. I was singing his song so much at the parade. I absolutely love Luis Diaz, and yeah, he'll be sadly missed when he goes for sure. If the £78 million is being quoted as true for Lucho, I think you have to sell him. Yeah, 100%, Zane, 100%. And I think when you look at that, I think that's a real margin to go at, and I think that would be a very very good deal to get that. You know that could easily be rising as well. You know, I think well, obviously if we get Kirkes, Verts, and Frimpong, and then obviously Kelleher, Diaz. I'm trying to think who else could be going. Simicus. Yeah, what I will say is, if we're spending big, we're going to be selling big anyway as well. And I think one of the names to potentially leave, Darwin Nunes. I think Darwin Nunes. What could you get for him? Could you get 50 to 60 million for Darwin? You could. You could easily get that. You could easily get that. DS 60 to 70 million. I like your thinking. I like your thinking. I like how we're on the same boat there, Adam. Um, 50 to 60 million would be sound. He's 28, and at the peak of his powers, if anyone offered 70, 80, they'd be fools not to take it. Yeah, 100%. 60 to 70 sounds about right. Yeah, absolutely. I think if Diaz goes, move Keza to the left, you have Salah and Frimpong on the right. Yeah, that's a good idea. And obviously Gakpo as well. For me, I don't think Gakpo leaves. I would be very very shocked if he does. I don't think he leaves. I think I think if Diaz was to go, Gakpo doesn't go. I don't think you can sell both. Um, Nunes will go. I think you could probably maybe seeing Jota maybe leave as well, but it will be very very interesting to see what will happen for sure. But um, I'll read your comments, and then I do have to nip out for just for the minute as well. Get him going for around them prices, then you can reinvest the money for another few years. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Could be a heavy summer for losses. Trent and Kelleher already gone. Elliott probably gone. Diaz as well. Simicas might join them too. Shame since I love all of them. Yeah, I've come to love all this squad too. To be fair, as well. Okay. Honestly, I only know the Saudi Pro League exists when the transfer window was open. Yeah, I do as well. I do as well. If Gakpo leaves, it would be a disgrace. Yeah, I think it would be as well. I think the bid for Kirk is in tomorrow. I think 18 million for Kelleher, which we got today. Diaz 75 million, Nunes 60 million, not 100 million plus in sales already. Yeah, it's going to be a busy summer, to say the very, very least. Right, 2 ticks. I'll be right back. There we go, back. Had to nip out. Had to nip out. I think Darwin is leaving for El La Liga, maybe Atletico Madrid or Real Betis. That is possible. That is very, very true. Zayn, now you put me on the spot. Now you put me on the spot. Do we give young Ben Doka go as backup to Salah? Do you know what? I've been thinking about this. If we got a bid of 20 to 30 million, I would consider it. I don't think he's going to get much game time if he's here. I think what happened last season when he was at Middlesbrough, he was really, really good. I think the fact is now that he's sort of in there, it'd be very, very hard for him to get first team football. It could be very, very interesting to say the very, very least. I don't know. I don't know, to be honest with you. It's a really, really good. It's a really good question because I've seen that actually Everton have been linked with him, which is quite interesting. Actually, can anyone remember the last player that actually transferred from Liverpool to Everton or Everton to Liverpool? Because I think, if my memory serves me correctly, Abel Xavier. Christ, that's a name in the past. Abel Xavier, I think, signed from Everton to Liverpool. He moved over. He moved over the other way. But Liverpool to Everton, can't even think. I mean, we've had players. We've actually had players to play for both Everton and Liverpool, but I can't remember the last one who was actually transferred from Liverpool to Everton. So, James, I know you're in the chat. I'm pretty sure you might know, but for me, I think it was Abel Xavier. I think from Everton to Liverpool. I think that was the last one. But I'm going on a bit of a tangent. But if the money is there for Doak, I would honestly consider it. I really, really would. I really, really would consider that. Right. Would I think he is at striker? I think he's more of a winger. I think he's more of a right winger or on the left. I think he might be a possible backup, maybe to Gakpo potentially, but we'll wait and see. Such a pointless thing to speculate about, but I love doing it. What number do we give Frimpong? Let's look at what's free. 6, 12, 13, 15, 16, 22 to 25, 27 to 37, 39 below 40. I think it'll be 30, mate. And the reason I say that, he was 30 at Celtic and he was 30 at Bayer Leverkusen. So I think I think he'll be 30. James says, I've heard Doak has been linked with us. I doubt you guys will sell him to us. It means to be seen, but he's got a Scottish manager there, and David Moyes, so might bring out the best of him. Might bring out the best of him. Abel Xavier, I think it was. Yeah, I think so. I can't think of the last guy to go directly, but Abel Xavier was on my mind. Yeah, absolutely. Last Liverpool players I think we got was Peter Beardsley and Gary Ablett. Rest in peace, Gary Ablett. Yeah, Peter Beardsley. I do remember him going to the Ev as well. I remember my brother was upset with Nick Barmby going to you guys as well back then. Yeah, back then it was a lot more interesting, a lot more interesting transfers, to say the very, very least. But okay, so let's spend the next sort of 10 minutes discussing this. So, hypothetically, if Diaz was to go, I can't believe I'm saying this, but would the interest in Anthony Gordon go back in? I've seen so many Newcastle pages report that Liverpool are set to revive their interest in Anthony Gordon. If I'm being honest from me, now I know James is in the chat, and I know he's obviously played for the Ev, etc. I don't think Anthony Gordon's had a very good season. And as much as he has been good for Newcastle, he's not the player that really strikes me as someone to come in and replace Diaz. And he's a Scouser. I get that. It's great to have Scousers in your side, but I don't get the hype. I don't know what it is with Anthony Gordon, but I just don't get the hype. I mean, there's been obviously Andrew in the chat earlier said about Malik Fofana potentially. What is more interesting than the fact is apparently Newcastle are looking at Jack Grealish. Now that would be very, very interesting, to say the very, very least. I mean, I've seen Nico Williams be mentioned. Like, I think Nico Williams is another one who's really overhyped. Rafa Leao I've seen mentioned as well. There's not really many very good left wingers. Mitoma's been mentioned, but again, Mitoma's at the age I think he's 29. That's another big money move. So if I'm being honest, I'm looking at this hypothetically, and I honestly think Gakpo starts the season at left wing. If Diaz is to go, Gakpo starts the season at left wing. I just don't see any world where Anthony Gordon signs with Liverpool. I just don't. Um, and it's quite funny when people actually say, "Would you like have Anthony Gordon?" But for me, I just don't like him. I don't like him. I don't. This will sound absolutely crazy when we if he does come, but um, I just don't like I don't like him diving around. I don't like him getting the players' ears as well. But his output hasn't been great this season, and I just think you want someone with very, very good output. I don't think the names mentioned there are any good. And for me, Diaz and Gakpo were really good last season, so I would give Gakpo a chance. And I don't think Gakpo goes to Bayern either. I just cannot see for the life of me saying that this is going to be the season where we lose both Gakpo and Diaz, and then Anthony Gordon comes in. I just cannot see it. I cannot see it. And actually, I don't think any Liverpool fan or actual fan in the fan base would be really interested in that transfer rumor, if I'm being honest. Because you look at Newcastle this season, they've been absolutely fabulous. They've had Harvey Barnes come in for him at left wing when he was obviously banned. If you remember then. Harvey Barnes seems to be a good player. Now that is a player that Liverpool have been linked with heavily in the past. But I mean, the only other one I was looking at, and I doubt he would play on the left, but Brian Mbeumo. Now I know that Newcastle were heavily linked with him. Manchester United are heavily linked with him as well. But I think Mbeumo would be unbelievable wherever he goes. To be honest, I think he would. Um, I think he is a very, very good player, but again, Afcon. That's another thing you got to put into perspective. Is obviously the Afcon is obviously in December, as well. So yeah, one to think. Obviously in the chat, or in the comments after obviously, this live stream is finished. Who would you replace Diaz with? I've named some names there. Obviously, Malik Fofana is one of them. Obviously, Anthony Gordon's another one. I've said Brian and Burmo, but if I'm being honest, I don't see Brian and Burmo going anywhere near Liverpool. To be honest, I just don't. And then I'm struggling. I mean, Matoma's been mentioned. Yeah, let me know in the comments, who would you replace Diaz with if Diaz was to leave this summer? Do let me know in the comments, and we'll get into your comments, because I have missed loads of these comments. So where did we get to? Beardsley also played for United before the rivalry was as big as it is today. I can't remember Peter Beardsley playing for Manchester United. I'd have to check that. I think you guys nearly got Michael Owen as well if they left Newcastle, but then he chose United, which hurts their reputation even more. Yeah, absolutely. Is it just me who thinks Anthony Gordon is one of the most overrated players to ever be linked with Liverpool? He is hopeless. I'm feeling that way as well. Sorry, Newcastle fans. Sorry, Everton fans. I can't see us going out for Anthony Gordon, if I'm being honest. No, I can't either. If I'm being honest, Toffee Scrub, forget him. If Gordon was to go to you guys, I wouldn't be that bothered, to be honest. Also, don't think he's an upgrade to your attack. Good player for not for Liverpool. No, absolutely not. This may be stupid, but I can see Grealish go back to Villa. Well, if they don't go for Marcus Rashford, then yeah, I could potentially see that. And also, I did see Leon Bailey maybe leaving Villa. Funny we player Leon Bailey, it really is. Saying Nico Williams has the talent, but not the consistency. Yeah, 100%. I'd have Inaki Williams over Nico NED. I would as well. Definitely. Honestly, Gordon does my head in. Wouldn't take him at Liverpool. No, I wouldn't. Gordon wouldn't start every week as well. No, he wouldn't. Absolutely not. And Burma would be perfect for you guys. And Burma has been fantastic. 20 goals from Brentford is quite unbelievable, to say the very least. I mean, that three in Burma, Shada, and Vissa have been fantastic. Now, obviously, I know Brentford they're getting Kelleher, but you'd expect Bimberl to move on. Visser, you can maybe expect him to maybe move on as well. Shadow, the three, I think maybe stays, but who knows? Who knows? But going to say this now, Brentford are a real established Premier League side now as well. I say Newcastle's Gordon's level, that's truthfully, and still to Newcastle, they deserve better than that. Again, Champions League football. Again, that's another sort of dampener on the Gordon news. Now, Gordon's level's gone back to Everton, I'm being honest. I just put Chiesa out at the left, tell the truth. Gagpo and Chiesa on the left, Sal and Frimpong on the right. Yeah, I think so as well. If I were you guys, I'd go Matoma. Yes, a similar age, but he deserves a chance at a bigger club. No disrespect to Brian. Matoma's been fantastic. He really, really has. Villa would be fools not to at least try to keep Rashford and Senzio. Yeah, absolutely, as well. But guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much to everyone who's tuned in this evening. Real good discussion points. Obviously Luis Diaz. Obviously him potentially leaving Liverpool, and yeah, as I said in the comments, let me know who you would replace Luis Diaz with. Now, obviously, the names I've mentioned there could happen, but we'll see as well. But yeah, you got me for you got me twice today, which is very, very unusual. Never seems to happen as well. But guys, thank you very much for watching. Please do remember to hit that like button as well. Please do remember to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to share the content, please feel free to do so. And as I said, I've got big plans for this channel to grow as much as I can as well. So it's been very, very good to get back on here again. Cheers, Douglas. Take care. See you soon, guys. Yep, James. See you soon. Gonna say now, Phil, keep the best players and Grealish to get you for Champions League again. I'll see you later, Reds. You'll never walk alone. Cheers.